Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be a best of 5 between Soulkey and Light. The replays are from RJB of RJB TV. I've talked about him a lot, but really, he supplies me with excellent replays, so if you enjoy the channel, check out RJB TV. Leave him a comment, leave him a subscribe, let him know that Falcon sent ya. Top left. For this best of 5, we have Light, the purple Terran player. And in the bottom left, it is Soulkey, the brown Zerg player. Alright, man, Soulkey replays are so very, very good. He's an excellent Zerg player. He is playing again at the professional level. And let's see how he handles Light, who is maybe the best Terran player today. It's Light and Last and Flash, even though he's on military service. Ample's pretty darn good. Piano is excellent as well, and I'm feeling like I'm forgetting somebody, so let me know in the comments who I left off my list of best Terran players today. Okay, so Terry the Overlord is scouting the correct direction. What's up, Terry? Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that everything's going very well. Your health is improving. You got a raise at work. Oh man, that reminds me of what's going on in the United States. Inflation. Okay, so basically in October, the yearly inflation for 2021 reached 6.2%. So if you don't get a raise this year at 6.2% or higher, you are taking a pay cut. We'll have to see what my work is going to do. Alright, man, so hatch first here from Soulkey. Very safe on this giant 4-player map. Scout the wrong way is this SCV. And everything is super cool here on Fighting Spirit. So, anyway, yeah, I'm Falcon Paladin. If you're new here 5 times a week with Brood War content. I stream live here on YouTube on Sundays. User-submitted replays, which are a lot of fun. Also some professional stuff mixed in there. We play games live too, including Phantom Mode. We do some other stuff like free-for-alls on Turbo, which is a UMS map that changes things up a bit for normal free-for-alls. But yeah, check it out. On Sundays, I get started at 11 a.m. Eastern, and the other days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I have a regular 1v1 professional stuff ready to go for ya. Excellent. So anyway, welcome aboard. SCV going to scout down this bottom left direction, see what's what, and say, oh, okay. So this is a hatch first play. Excellent. I don't have to worry about lings, you know, super duper early. The spawning pool just finished. Macro hatch coming up. Pretty standard timing and location for that too, so nothing really to tell here. Sees gas, which indicates that, yeah, we do want speedlings fairly quickly, but that could be for defense, that could be for offense, we don't know. Could just be trying to get to a lair and mutalisks, which is probably what's going on here. But yeah, getting that scout off is extremely, extremely nice. Marines waiting for Terry to come over here so they can shoot him in the face. Don't be mean to Terry, man. He's just here scouting you so that his master can murder all of you and your families. Why would you be mean to him? One racks expand. Here from Light. SCV scouting around. 4 lings actually chasing this dude. Are they gonna get him? They're trying to pin him in here. God, the jukes are real though. The jukes are real. Light playing this extremely well. The SCV run game is good. Sees the timing on the lair. That gets started. Okay, so that's definitely going to be mutalisk timing. Don't know what else that could be. And a really tiny marine poke. Okay. So 4 marines coming on in. The lings don't have speed yet. He saw the lair timing means that speed isn't even getting started yet. Yeah, now it's getting started on these lings, but ooh, this is good. I like this. I like this from Light quite a bit. Showing up and then completely backing out. Okay, I don't know that he needed to do that. Like, this SCV is still alive. Are you kidding me? Okay, now it's dead. But honestly, I feel like you could have got in here and killed some drones or at least forced them to flee back into the main. Instead, he pokes, nothing responds, and he goes, I'm out. What are you doing, Light? Buddy! He's going, man, he's going all the way back home? I thought he was maybe reconsolidating forces, but no. Academy coming in. You're going to wait for stim? You're going to wait for medic support before you go? I guess this is a lot of lings out for Soulkey, more than he probably wants to make. And that is the power of the feint. We talk about this a lot on the channel. If you're playing against a Zerg player, one thing you can do that's pretty effective is push in on him and let him see you're coming, poke in a little bit, and then just go home. the Zerg player has to make a ton of lings to defend against your potential attack, and then that's larva and resources that don't go to drones, and it slows down the macro. It slows down the ability to get the Spire up as fast as they want to, right? It slows down their ability to get drones. It's 17 workers to 28 right now, and part of that was the feint. These lings aren't going to get anything done. It's really nice Sim City here. We got a bunch of Marines, a supply depot. Jumping in this seems like a terrible idea. Yeah, so these lings, okay, they got a Marine. That's pretty nice control. No Zerglings died there. And then, oh, slipping all the way into the main base. Are you kidding? That was great. Oh my gosh, more lings. Okay, so we are ling flooding. This is actually more of a committal to lings than even I thought. So, crikey, this game number 1 is getting started very quickly here. Lings, I mean, killing that SCV seems fine, but oh my gosh, this is so many Zerglings. The SCVs are trying to help body block here as well. It's not working out so well for the Terran here. Lings, okay, there's a medic in here trying to heal up, but these Marines don't have any upgrades. The Zerglings don't have any upgrades, but speed either. And oh my gosh, the SCV massacre is real here right now. The advantage is falling. It's still a pretty good advantage, though. But my gosh, there's nothing happening down here in the natural base at all. 2 Firebats come out. We've seen what Firebats can do against these lings, especially if they don't have upgrades, and that's exactly right. That is a 2-kill Firebat. One of them went down, but he paid for himself for sure there. Zerglings finally get cleared out. And it's still 25 to 18 workers, though. There are 8 mutalisks on the way, though. 18 drones. Man, if Light can survive this mutalisk attack, he's going to be in a fine position. But guess what he doesn't have? An engineering bay. No, he does, because that's a turret. He made it. Oh, it's up there. I'm super blind. Okay, so he's making turrets. Maybe a little later than he wants to, but these mutas seem more interested in finding these firebats and killing them than going to a harass. So, yeah, killing the firebats so the lings are more effective is a beautiful use. Beautiful use of those mutalisks. But bunker scary stuff. Mutas don't want to engage there. They're going to pump up, and okay, very nice control. 1 mutalisk does go down. There's still 5 here, though. Oh, there's enough to one-shot Marines as they pop out. Oh my gosh, GG! GG! Game 1. There is, oh my gosh, there's 1 turret here and 1 here, but that whole southern side of the SCV line and that mineral line is going to be obliterated by these mutalisks. And there are exactly 2 Marines in a bunker here. It feels a little bit premature. I'm going to call that a premature leave from Light, but he really just doesn't. He has 1 Marine here, and he's got 2 Marines in the bunker that he can't move out because lings might start running in. I mean, just basically recognizing you're going to lose the whole southern section of your mineral line here, and there's not much you can do about it. Is that a reason to tap out? People better than me, let me know. It feels premature, but still, I mean, these mutalisks come in. The army value is just nothing right now for Light. That said, he's got the 3 racks. He had to cancel something here. Actually, was there a little ling run up here that I totally missed? I see some dead stuff. I'm guessing that's just the blood of the guys that the mutalisks killed on the way in, right? Right. Times 2 speed. The mutas come up. They poke in here. I'm trying to watch that mini-map if any lings made a run by. No, definitely not. Okay, so yeah. So this is just dead Marines. Dead Marine, dead Marine, dead Marine. We're going to leave the medics. We don't care about those. And bam. Okay, so just really nice muta control. And the win in game 1 goes to Soulkey. Very nice. All right, so game 1 is over. We're at 18,000 points for Soulkey, 14,000 for Light. Maybe over SCV'd a little bit. Didn't have enough army. Didn't have enough missile turrets to deal with the mutas when they showed up, and he paid for it. Can be difficult. I mean, a lot of drones got cut for that attack from Soulkey for sure. Units here killed. If it's that even, that's not a good place for a Terran to be. And resources here, definitely more gas mined for the Zerg, but that makes sense. You need the gas for the mutalisks. And then total spent here is, yeah, Zerg outspent. Just not as many workers. Kind of nuts. Kind of crazy. All right, so that's game 1. Let's move into game number 2 here for your Saturday. Again, hit that like button if you haven't already. We'll be right back. Game 2 is here on Overwatch between these 2 players. Top left, it is going to be Soulkey. Bottom right, we have Light. Yeah, man, Broodor can just be that unforgiving, right? not being prepared for a mutalisk attack because of an earlier Ling run-by can result in a game lost. I mostly cast long macro games, but, you know, shorter games do happen in Brood War just like that. Alright, man, so this is Overwatch. I'm not entirely sure I've ever cast a game on this map, so let's check it out. Let's see here, rush distance. Okay, so fairly easy to wall off and be a little bit wide for Terran and Protoss. We've got a bridge here, got a ramp here, we've got a third base with ramps leading up to it. Okay, alright. Weird place for expansion. Minerals only, high ground for tanks to start shelling your expansion there. And ramps leading up to expansions at the top and the top right and bottom left corners. Expansions at the 3 and the 9 o'clock position. So 12-6. Alright, man. So a lot of gas expansions, 2 minerals only expansions. We got certain places that are wide open. We've got high ground. Kind of feel like this is a good map for TVZ. Terra the Overlord checking out. He says, yeah, I feel like this is fair, but who wants to be fair when you're a Zerg player, right? Alright. Oh, overpooling? Second Overlord is here. Yeah. So overpooling. Right here is Soulkey. So not going for the hatch first play. It's a 2-player map. It is kind of scary to go for the hatch first on a 2-player because the Terran knows exactly where you are. So like 2 racks pressure is really good if you go hatch first, or a proxy racks that you didn't scout will just kill you if you go hatch first. So definitely just playing it safe on Overwatch. Smart thing. Soulkey knows what's up. Soulkey's been around the block about 300 billion times. But yeah, feel free to support me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin if you're interested in supporting the channel. Or if you don't like Patreon, you can also just click the join button down below my face. Join for a couple bucks a month directly through YouTube. You don't have to go through another website at all. People don't like going to other websites, I've seen. If you're like, if you have 1 million followers on Twitter and you're like, I'm going to start posting on Instagram, like 10,000 of those will follow you, right? It's just a tiny percentage will follow you. People that are on YouTube and they want to make it big on Twitch, like, not many people follow them from YouTube. They have to make a whole separate following out on Twitch of fans. It's so interesting, you guys. I get it. I watch more YouTube than anything else. I don't watch a lot of Twitch. So I totally understand it's a thing and it makes sense to me. But anyway, if you don't like going to another website, if you're just a YouTube person, the join button's there. You can click it. Support me for a couple bucks a month. Get access to new emojis that you can use in your chat and your comments and whatnot, which is super fun. Once again, skipping metabolic boost to go for the fast lair. Fine. Sounds entirely reasonable. This time going for the factory, though. Oh, 1 base in it, too. Which Terry sees. Terry's like, you know, that's a 1 base. Report that back home. We're going for fast factory. This is getting scouted, though. It's really strong to go 1 base, but if your opponent sees it, then it's harder to get anything done. And there's your expansion now. So this isn't 1 base, which is definitely a thing in TVZ and, you know, ZVP and all the matchups, but it's not what it is. So getting a safety sunken at the front to deal with things like vultures that might show up, which, by golly, there's a vulture man in his red bodysuit cruising out, ready to do some damage to these Zergs. Yeah, what do you want? Well, I'd like to just watch you for a minute, Vulture, sir. Vulture bike pilot sergeant, sir. This means you correct military title. Yeah, so the Ling's terrible here. They get 2 shot, but the Sunken's amazing in this situation. So the Lings are trying to body block in case a run-by is attempted. You can run by, but if the Lings hold you up and you take another couple hits from the Sunken, you're going to die. So that's what this is. Great positioning, but man, once again, super fast spire from the Soulkey. We're liking it. We're liking it very much. A starport is on the way and an engineering bay. So ready for those mutalisks. Maybe better this time. Maybe better against mutas this time. Yeah, best of 5. Losing the first 2 games can be pretty tough. So I don't know. Do I agree with this play from Light? Maybe a little bit. Alright, so we're just gonna... Did you just seriously hit the Sunken? Yeah, alright. That happened. Okay, so that Vulture's dead, and this Vulture's dead. The drones body block a little bit. A couple drones die. What, 1, 2, maybe 3? Maybe 3 drones died for 3 Vultures? Doesn't seem Does not seem worth... Also, Vultures without speed seem broken, don't they? Like, what game speed am I on? Why aren't they zipping around at the speed of sound? It's because they don't have the speed upgrade. Oh, Valkyrie. Valkyrie prepared. Okay. Hey, you guys in the comments that say, why don't the Terrans make Valkyries against the Zergs? And, well, sometimes they do, is your answer. They don't every time, because Valkyries are terrible against everything but mutas. They aren't good against hiders. They're not good against lings. They can't kill buildings. Like, they're a very specific answer to a very specific thing. But once the thing is gone, once you've killed all these mutas, your utility is just kind of shot as a Valkyrie pilot. I guess you could hunt overlords. That's fine. But there's better things to do that, too. So trying to do the Valkyrie trick where you fire with your butt facing your target. Nope, actually not worrying about that. Just... Valkyrie animation and sound design. Whoever did that, I need to shake that person's hand one day because it is top-notch. It may be my favorite animation and sound combination in the game. It's just little tiny rockets firing and their pa-pa-pa, the little explosion sounds they make. And the visuals are just amazing, and I don't know. Good stuff. Hey there, Vulture Bike Sergeant Man. You dead. You got 3 kills. I guess you're the one maybe that was up here. No, that wasn't it. I guess killing lings is what you were up to. That's what it is. That is what it is. 22 workers for Soulkey, 31 pour les Terran. We are making Scourge to try to deal with the Valkyries. Pretty good against Valks, it turns out. Can 2-shot them, just like their science vessels or Corsairs. Or Scourge 2-shot a lot of things, actually. Hydralisk Den. Working on ground carapace, which is shared by mutalisks and lings alike. Mutalisks. Hydralisks and lings and lurkers and ultras alike. They like that carapace upgrade. Spider mine upgrade coming in. Mutas are sitting at decent number. Scourge not making connections here. Ooh, Scourge dying to super long distance missiles from those Valkyries. Very nice. Getting kills from stuff I don't think they could even see. They fired and retreated, and I think the missiles killed those dudes. Yeah, Vulture gets no kills because the Sunken's doing a great job today. Also, Macro Hatch walling off further. And this is a lot of Scourge. So 2 sets of Scourge. Hydra's Lurker aspect coming in. Third base here at the 12 o'clock. Once again, pretty easy to defend. 2 ramps leading up to it. Very fighting spirit in that way. And what are we doing from Terran? What's the follow-up, man? Is it more Valkyries? Maybe don't overmake Valkyries, but there's 3 of them. Okay. 3 maybe seems like a little bit more than I was expecting to see, but it's cool. Vultures have speed now. They're ready to rock. Oh, they have speed. They have spider mines. They are ready. They're fully upgraded. That's not how Vulture Pike Pilot sounds. Bike pilots sound. English is easy. It's my first language, I promise. Ooh, free drone. All right. This is good. I think this is good. 27 to 42 workers. Economy is better. Poor Vulture bikes. Run. Ooh. Okay. Spider-Mine gets a hit on a couple lings there. Harmlessly fired on something. I believe that's what that was. Anyway. Stim. Firebats to deal with the Zerglings, which he knows exists. There's a bunch of lings here. There's a bunch of mutas, but guess what? There's also going to be lurkers, which when you see the hydras, you're like, okay, lurkers are on the way. So how are you going to deal with those? Siege tanks, obviously. We're going to get siege mode. I don't know. But science vessels, yes. Irradiate, yes. Range upgrade for Marines, yes. Very, very good here today. 2 more barracks getting added on. Here comes a nice little push out. 88 to 72 total supply. Man, it's 46 to 28 workers. I mean, I know Soulkey in the early game is supposed to have fewer workers than, you know, just by playing normally than the Terran does, but this feels like a lot lower. A lot. But you know what? Soulkey is much better at this game than I am, so let's see if it will pay off for him. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. What else is going on in the world? Next month is a pretty good movie month. The Matrix 4 movie's coming out, which, I don't know, should be good. So Matrix is an incredible classic, the first one, obviously. 2 and 3 suffer a lot from being bogged down by endless exposition. and some bad CGI and some convoluted, confusing plots. So if 4 can just kind of avoid doing that, avoid bad CGI, avoid a lot of exposition dumps, avoid a lot of confusing plots, then I think it can be good. We'll see if it works out. And then also Spider-Man No Way Home is coming out that same week and like right before Christmas. So it's kind of a nice movie time. If you're a moviegoer who likes going during the Christmas time here, it'll be nice. So definitely looking forward to both of those. If the buzz around The Matrix is bad, I'm not going to go see it. But I'm going to go see No Way Home no matter what. I like the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I think I've complained before about how I'm tired of his baby Spider-Man routine. It was really refreshing that we got a baby Spider-Man in the first few times he showed up, like in Civil War, right? It was like, okay, this guy's new, he's spunky, he likes being Spider-Man, he doesn't quite understand what he is yet. Not totally, he's looking for guidance from Tony Stark. But like, I don't know, is it too much to ask for an adult Spider-Man? I want someone who's fully confident in their powers and confident in what they can do and standing on their own 2 feet. And maybe that's what we'll get here. Maybe that's it. Because now that Tony Stark is dead, right? I mean, that's kind of what Far From Home was. But he was still mourning Tony. He still needed help from Happy. He's still, like, whatever. Okay, enough pop culture talk, Falcon. We're good. We've been dancing is what's been happening here. 131 to 100 supply. But most of that is in drones. Or SCVs on the lead. The dance back and forth is good. Third base coming up quite nicely. This is shaping up to be a pretty decent macro-style game. Third base from Soulkey, happily running way... Oh, okay. I thought that was more Lings. Like, oh, third base is dead. Nope, there's 3 Marines defending it. Hunting overlords with your Valkyries. Got him. Got him. Ooh, a hive. Oh, man, 12-minute hive seems pretty zippy here, too. A lot of Hydra Lurker Ling, though. You hear that many lurkers, and you're like, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. All right, so the Valkyries are here to kill stuff. Defensive Matrix Marine is in the mix. There are no mutas for the Valkyries to hit, though. So a lot of Marines are going down. Oh, my gosh. Is this the problem we were talking about? Are there too much gas is put into the Valkyries? And then the mutas jump in here when the Valkyries are away. What is happening? The pushback. The pushback is real right now for Soulkey. Ugh. Okay, and then, nope, that's it for the ground army, where I guess you had a radiate. You might have used it all on those lurkers earlier, though. Mutas killing your science vessels is never a good sign. It means your anti-air is abysmal. Okay, all right, Hydra dead, Hydra dead. Oh, there's our irradiates. Okay, irradiate on a mutalisk, irradiate on a lurker. But it's 97 and 87 total supply right now, which means the army is much bigger for the Zerg player. Siege mode is done. Lurker down, but got irradiated. The third base is toast. The third base is completely dead. And that's it, man. That's it for the third. Your opponent has 3 bases. You have 2 bases. Light is really backed into a corner here. Yes, he's got 51 SCVs, but 51 SCVs on 2 bases doesn't do a ton of good. Save it. He saves it. He saves the command center at double-digit health. The Marines come to help save the day. I don't know that they couldn't have been killed by the Marine. I guess there's only 3 mutas here. Yes, they would have been fine. Totally. But it's 112 to 94 supply. Once again, a lot of that is in SCVs for Light. He's not doing super well there. What do we got on the upgrades? +2 attack and +1 armor for the infantry. That's nice. Hydras are at +2 armor and no attack upgrades. The mutas have +1 armor and no attack upgrades. Adrenal at 14 minutes is nice. Double irradiate on them lurkers. Yes. That's what we do. Finish them off with siege tanks unnecessarily. They were going to die anyway, but it clears the path up to replanting your third base much more effectively, doesn't it? Top right, yep, getting expanded to by Soulkey. Man, if this 4th base comes up and this 3rd base doesn't happen, Light's in a terrible spot here in game numero 2. Defilers on the way. We saw that hive timing. We saw the adrenal gland. We know we're working on defilers. We're getting consumed. Jumping, man, Hydra Lurker, huh? I don't know how good that is against Marine Tank. The answer is maybe not as good, but Light pulling back anyway. Siege tanks, lurkers, mortal enemies. The siege tanks have the upper hand on the vast majority of the time. Radiate is up. And another lurker is down. Ooh, I like this group here. Reinforcements are just like running into lurker death. Lurker Hydra death. Hey, bad place to be, man. Terrible place to hang out. Don't try going that way anymore. Thank you. 141 to 106 supply in favor of Light, looking very good with his 8 racks play, and by that I mean it's 7 racks play, but whatever, same concept. Engagement on the right side. Oh, Dark Swarm is here because Consume is finished, ladies and gentlemen. Is it? Oh, the Science Vessel taking Hydra hits. Never good either. This is it, man. Light needs to make this happen. If he can take down this natural, he can definitely win this game. He's got a 3rd base back home. Thumbs up for that one, but he's got Zerg besetting him on all sides. Well, except for the bottom side. And this is a bridge, so it doesn't really count. You can't really assault this from here. Scourge not doing anything. Okay, all right. Radiate, radiate. All the irradiates are fantastic. 143 to 97 supply. Can Soulkey hold? He only has 36 drones. Really trying to kind of drone up at that top right base a little bit, but that doesn't seem to be happening at the moment. He's making more Hydras. He's getting a Plague. More and more Marines being produced, but the reinforcements can't get up here to the front because of this little lurker setup. If these reinforcements were here, this would be a lot more effective. Science Vessel down. Does catch him. Does Ash catch him there? Oh, Dark Swarm just barely catches that lurker. And he lives. Hydras standing inside the Dark Swarm, taking some tank fire. Ooh, there you go. Directionality matters inside Dark Swarm. Also, are you really inside Dark Swarm? That matters too. Group tries to go up the right side, gets massacred. 4th base is still alive. Still 160 to 90 supply, though. I mean, a lot of it is Marines, and a lot of them are pretty hard countered by Lurker Dark Swarm. Okay, this gets cleared out. The bridge is now safe for transportation for Marines. Pushing up with his 2-2 upgrades and stim. Hydra's really just going to fight this? This seems like a terrible idea. +3 attack. Actually, the Ling support with the Adrenal is amazing. Okay, that went a lot better once the Lings jumped on in there. Radiated Lurker Egg. Actually, I forget. Does this... Well, it's going to wear off before, but... Man, big old Dark Swarm attack coming on in. Hydra's inside the Dark Swarm. Guess what? The Marines are inside the Dark Swarm, too. They are invulnerable to your Hydra attacks in this situation. Nice. Oh, okay. Scourge getting out of there. That was a nice pullback by Light. And then great control by Soulkey to get the Scourge out of there and not just explode on the guns from the bullets from the Marines. You know what I mean. Metasynaptic Node coming in. Missile attack coming in. This is a really nice game, too. Between these two players, I am enjoying it immensely. Immensely. 141 to 99 supply. Look, here's the thing. I like this number here for Light, but he's only on 3 bases, and Soulkey's on 4. A lot of irradiates getting tossed down here, too, though. That's, I mean, always good. More irradiates are good, but oh, kind of engaging in a spot where you don't want to. Too many lurkers, too many Zerglings. Retreating from the position are the Lings. If they had attack upgrades, they'd be better. They still have the 0. They're working on +1, working on +2 for the Hydras right now. And where my 3-3 at? 3 attack is done. 3 armor is a bit far from completion. Really just trying to make this Hydra Ling thing work. Now catching a Science Vessel, not easy to do. Not easy to do. Fire Bats into the mix, recognizing the threat that Lings are right now, especially once, you know, they get that +1 attack. Drop top right side. All right, man. Did that get caught? I think that got spotted by an Overlord, yeah. He knows it's here. I would just turn around at this point, Light, and maybe just go home. Because this is as dead a drop as you're ever going to see. Is he just going to blind unload up here? He is. Nope. Initially, he does, but then picks up once he recognizes what's happening and then loses everything. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Losing that whole drop is not good. Down to 130 supply. Soulkey just has vision everywhere, man. He's got Overlords covering the whole diagonal of the map. Hydra standing in and fighting against +3 Marines with stim and medic support is not... We've seen it tried before on the channel a couple times. It never really seems to work. Lurkers are the key. And look at this, 4th base from Light. Taking this weird middle minerals only expansion. Not my favorite thing in the world. But, you know, worth a shot, I suppose. The tanks are taking down Le Hydralisks as they try to engage in here. That's not good. That's not good at all. 130, 141 to 114 supply. Right side attack. Lurker, Hydra, some Lings. Really using a lot of his resources on Hydras today. Instead of the Zerglings that we traditionally would seek. Oh, that Lurker's got 4 kills. Not too bad. Any expansion attempts from Soulkey? No, but oh, the 6 o'clock base. Is it well enough defended? The answer is no. It's got 1 bunker with 4 Marines in it. And the Lings have Adrenal, and the Hydras, and the bunker goes down, and the Marines are all dead. And this 3rd base is in an immense amount of trouble. In fact, the SCVs are trying to get out, but they're taking Lurker Spines. Reinforcing Marines are trying to come in. They're taking Lurker Spines. The SCV count is falling, and now it is officially below where Soulkey's is. Another attack, and Light taps out. He wins that battle, but loses the 3rd base battle, and recognizes economically there's no way to come back from this. Yeah, whatever. I'm actually going to check this one out. I'm making a lot of use of rewind today, and I'm sorry, but I want to catch specifically that battle. That one right there, because I was busy watching the 3rd, which was a lot of fun in all fairness. The assault on the 4th base is fairly real. These Lurkers can't actually hit it, but okay, a Ling gets in there and kills some SCVs. Then this stuff all happens, and a Lurker comes in to assist with the party, and then Light kind of consolidates his forces onto this base, which he needs to stay alive, I think. Although it's, man, does he need gas? Who knows? Are these hold position Lurkers? No, they're not. Regular old Lurkers. Ow! Ow! Okay, all right. So he wins the battle, but he takes way too many losses. Okay, fair enough. Whew, I didn't realize how poorly that went for him. Yeah, his economy's in the toilet. He can't really defend counterattacks. Well, I mean, there's 5 tanks here. Maybe he can, but his 3rd base is in shambles. His SCV count is just not happening. Once again, a bit of a premature GG here from Light, but not some. I agree with this one more than the one in game 1. Man, Soulkey looking good. Just kind of going to this moderately low econ Zerg stuff. 40 drones, sure. No Ultralisks, right? Spending most of his cash on Hydras, Lurkers, Zerglings, and Scourge. And some Mutalisks, obviously, to get him to this point. And Defilers, thumbs up. Very good. Dark Swarm, amazing. I don't think we saw any Plague today. That would have been nice, too. But yeah, that drop getting shut down in the top right. And then just having this little force set up here on the other side of the bridge. So reinforcing Marines couldn't get on up there was just a big problem. Incredible. Incredible stuff. So let's check out this final score for game 2, where Soulkey's now up 2-0 in this best of 5. 124,000 points for Light, 123. From Soulkey. Once again, winning player has a lower score. Yeah, this kill death ratio is virtually even. That's not good if you're a Terran player going for a ton of Marines. Not at all. Only 1 building died today. That's kind of nuts in a 21-minute, well, today in this match. Anyway, and then resources here outspent by about 4,000. It's enough. It's enough in 20 minutes. Especially if you keep that enemy's economy down. So that's game 2, 2-0. Terran fans, do not despair. I don't think that Light's out of it yet, but who knows? We'll see what's coming up in game number 3. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Game 3, we are back on Overwatch. Top left, it is Light, the yellow player. Bottom right, we've got the white Zerg player. It is Soulkey. Terry moving out again. Different spawn positions here in Overwatch this time for game number 3. All right, man, Light, your back is here against the wall. Can you pull out a victory to extend the series, or is it going to be a 3-0 here for Soulkey? Terran fans, hope you win this game. Zerg would like a 3-0 for Soulkey. And fans of StarCraft would just like to see the series extended for this best of 5 here on Saturday. Alright, what else is going on? FalconPaladin.store is a place you can go to get merchandise. Falcon Paladin centric and StarCraft centric as well. We've got t-shirts for each of the 3 races. Zerg, Protoss, and Terran. We have hoodies, we've got hats, we have pillows and mugs. If it's the time of the year where it's getting a little bit cooler, if you're in the northern hemisphere, then maybe a hoodie and a mug would be cool. Good stuff for ya. If you are in the southern hemisphere and things are heating up, then maybe just get a t-shirt. Maybe that's something that would make a lot more sense for the climate that you are in. Alright, man. So not actually scouting here. And probably going to go for another overpool here. Yeah, there's your overlord. It's at least an overpool. Whether it's a hatch first or an overpool, we'll have to wait and see. That production tab will help us out for sure. And Ka-chow. Barracks timing. So doing a bit of a wall off here. Interesting. Kind of traditionally what we see is kind of barracks up on this high ground. And you go for the racks and you expand, but actually walling off against potential early ling pressure. That is an overpool into gas here at about 11 supply. And so far, nobody has any idea what the other player is doing. So that's always fun. It's always fun to be entirely blind to what your enemy is up to. That's how I usually play. I'll send my overlord out, but then I'm like, well, got my build. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And that's not how you're supposed to play StarCraft. You're supposed to scout. You're supposed to counter what your enemy is up to. That's how you're supposed to play this game. But, you know, a lot of people just have one build they're really good at, and then just kind of kick butt with it and move. Just that's how they live their lives, and it's okay. That's a fine way to play StarCraft as well. And some people just don't have any builds at all. They just do whatever they want. It's hard to win. It is hard to win StarCraft if you don't have any build whatsoever. But, you know, sometimes that works too. StarCraft is a game that can reward all different types of playstyles sometimes. It's nice that way. Is that another layer timing? Yeah, metabolic boost, not something that Soulkey is interested in here today. It's just, you know, whatever. Layer timing's good. Muta's out faster, good. I don't need speedlings for anything now. I don't need to catch this SCV and kill it. Scouting information. Pfft. Embarrassing. Embarrassing levels of scouting information you're getting here, SCV. He's getting all the information, though. All of the information he is getting right now. Anybody see Eternals? I've heard. Here's the thing about Eternals, right? Even the people that really like it will say, I really like it, but... and that's never a good sign. If you're trying to defend something that you enjoy and you qualify it with a but, it's not a good time. So everybody pretty much agrees. They're trying to introduce too many characters, too many flashbacks, right? It's just too much getting stuffed into one 2 hour and 45 minute movie. So people who enjoyed it despite those problems. So whatever, man. If you enjoyed it, great. I'm not telling you not to enjoy it. I'm just saying generally people agree there are problems with the film that are pretty substantial, and everybody seems to agree with them. So, I don't know. Yeah. Don't know. Don't know about Eternals. This sounds bloated and overstuffed to me. It's you know what it's like? It's like if the Infinity War movie, right? If the Infinity War movie had tried to introduce Captain America and Iron Man and Thor and Guardians of the Galaxy while also doing the plot of the movie with Thanos, like, dude, that would have been freaking impossible, right? It would have been so hard. It wouldn't have worked nearly as well. The fact that we had shorthand information about who Spider-Man is and who Black Widow is and who Hawkeye is and who the Guardians are and where Wakanda is and who the Black Panther is, like, all that helped. It helped keep the movie moving. You didn't have to spend too much time on anybody explaining who they were because we already knew. So Eternals is just fatal flaw to a movie there. Also, Chloe Zhao, the director and writer, great, I mean, really talented, but she mentioned her inspiration being like Zack Snyder's Superman movies, Man of Steel and stuff. And I don't know why you hire a movie to make or a director to make an MCU movie whose inspiration is Man of Steel, right? I mean, they tried something. They took a big swing. That is something a lot of people said too, is they took a big swing, and that's something to be respected. It just didn't work. So, for some people. Anyway. Enough Eternals whining. Mutalisks are out. Range upgrade coming in for those Marines. We've got turrets up. See, ready to go. No crazy Ling run-bys this time to mess with our turret timing. We're good to go. Muta's up. There's 6 of them. There's 2 more joining the party, I think. And then actually 2 more in production. So, is that a full 12 we're working on? Okay, 6, 7, oh no, 10. Math is not my strong suit. I'm bad at the maths. Okay, so that's 7. And then here's 8, and there's 9, and there's 10 in production. And I guess 1 more for going for the full stack of 11 with the Overlord in the group so that we can do the stacking thing. Nice. Picking off that SCV. This is the most annoying part of the game for Terrans is this. Where mutas are just attacking you, and you hope your missile turrets work enough, and the repair is pretty good. No mutalisks have died, which is a big-time problem if you're trying to win this game against Soulkey. If no mutas die at this stage of the game, you're in trouble. Oh, no. Lings getting extra hits on the missile turrets. Okay, they're going to kill one turret here. There's still two, though. Are there still two, Falcon? What are you talking about? I don't see two at all. There's one. There's one turret in the mineral line. Oh, boy. The mutas coming back? No, the mutas are up here. No, the Lings are up here. Where do the mutas go? Oh, they're down here trying to pick off this group of Marines that is making a counterattack at the same time. Okay, so we lost a mutalisk there. Another mutalisk goes down, but... Oh, another mutalisk goes down. But now all the Marines are dead, and that medic is dead, so the early attack. Shut down, but at what cost? Ooh, +1 flyer and 3 more mutas on the way. More turrets. Exactly. More turrets. More Marines with the range upgrade. More Marines with the attack upgrade. Too many turrets, man. Soulkey, I don't know about this play. I don't know about going in right there. Zerglings and mutalisks. All the live long days. This is a very Soma strategy, right? Who needs lurkers? Who needs hydras? We're just making all the mutalisks and zerglings, and we're gonna win. But this is a pretty good Sim City. The turret count is high. The marine count is high. I don't know if there's a great position. I mean, look at 5 here, 4 up here. I don't know. I don't know if these mutas should go back in. Soulkey, friend. He's waiting for the +1 attack here. That's the only reason he's holding back. He would have dived in sooner. But, I mean, what's available to harass? The turrets are just... They're everywhere, man. Alright, picking off a couple SCVs, but then the Marines can kind of jump back here and pin you down. Oh, I don't know about this. Okay, the mutas get out at the cost of a couple mutalisks. The Lings just can't do anything at the... They tried to get in. See the evidence of their blood. Blood splatter analysis says they tried to get in and do some stuff, but failed miserably. This Marine's a little injured. He could use a medic, but he's fine. He's fine otherwise. Third base here from Soulkey, getting lurker aspect. He's like, alright, the Soma strat is not going to work for me today. Alright, +1 Marines, medic support. A medic dies, but a mutalisk goes down too. These mutalisk death sounds. Valkyrie on the way. Okay, Valkyries did not help win game 2, but, you know, perhaps they're ready to help in game 3 here. This is, I think, more just kind of buying time, trying to keep light contained on 2 bases while lurker aspect finishes. Because we're at a point where I think we need the lurkers. Once these Marines start getting in the numbers that they are and the upgrades that they have, and there's Valkyrie support. Yeah, here's that stim. Ling's trying to get up here and assist. Valkyrie. See? Lurker aspect. Just about done. But then you still have to make some lurkers. So you're on the clock. I don't know if you know that or not, Light, but you need to get down here and get down here fast. Because if there's lurkers, this is a different fight. This third base going down is dependent on the presence of these lurkers in the coming engagement. So this is why the mutas are engaging, even though there's a Valkyrie here. It's for that very reason. Dude, the lurkers are going to finish. He's buying the time for the lurkers to finish. Wait. Oh, yeah, there it is. And then just burrow in place. A Marine dies. 2 Marines die. And that's your back out. That's it. Bought the time. Bought the necessary time for this to happen. Excellent. Muy excelente for Soulkey. Game of seconds sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. Game of seconds. Those lurkers finish 20 seconds later, it's over. I think that's your ball game, but as it stands, they're ready to go. And time is bought. And this Valkyrie has 4, soon to be 5 kills. Nah, remastered Valkyries look so good. They look good. Everything looks pretty good, but certain units are better than others. Goliath's really good too. 89 to 75 supply. Light has a lead, but not as big of a lead as he had in game 2, and he lost that one, so that doesn't bode well, I don't think, for Light right now. Is he attacking his own... It's attacking his own turrets. I think it's blocking... Maybe like blocking tanks from getting out here, or... He's like, alright, the mute account is not heavy enough to warrant this many turrets anymore. Ooh. Zergling comes in, sees the push on the way. It's pretty scary. I mean, this 97 to 81 army supply difference is not great. Oh, again, a bunch of that is SCVs. For Light, it's 49 to 32 workers. Soulkey is totally comfortable sitting here at about 30 to 35 workers or so on 3 bases and making it work, which, good for him. I'm not going to argue with Soulkey. He's winning. He's winning all the things. Huh. Huh. Queen's Nest coming in, irradiate on the lurkers. We can't see it from the outside, but we can see it on the inside. Ready for the explosion? Explosion 2. Nice. Muta's trying to engage here, but their numbers are dwindling, and I don't think we're going to see any more of those today. Maybe one to deal with plagued science vessels if this game gets to that point, but that SCV... God, he gets the early warning. Paul Revere, the British are coming, the British are coming. It's an American history story for those of you who are not American. And it's the Zerg are coming here today. That SCV is Paul Revere. Did he die? Paul Revere did not die during his midnight ride. Lurkers, once again, as with all history, that story is probably embellished on some level, if not many levels, but whatever. It's a pretty innocuous one, to be honest. Like, I think every civilization and every nation and every culture has a story of where somebody saw an enemy coming and, like, warned the rest of, you know, the rest of the people to defend themselves. It's a pretty standard story in history, and I minored in history in college, so I should know. Mute account, yeah, still 5. Still 5. Not making any more of those. 126 to 96 supply. This is feeling like a remake of Game 2. Doesn't it? Feels like a bit of a remake. Just all the same things happening, except this drop doesn't get shut down immediately. Hey, that's a nice little win. Soulkey not defending this top or bottom left base at all. Doesn't have the vision required to see this coming and pays for it. Dude, get the hatch, though. Please, somebody get the hatch. Okay, so they get the hatch and then decide to stick around. I guess they can't go anywhere because there's mutas. So they're in a corner. Mutas are dying. Okay, that's nice. Dropship almost dies, but our guys are really trapped now, and I guess your best bet is to load up and try to get out, but no. The Hydras say no. 136 to 100 supply here. Irradiates on the lurkers. Primary targets for that irradiate ability. Jumping on up here, trying to get in here with those lurkers. Hydras on the right side. Tanks on the back lines, though. The tanks we've seen for a while now. A lot of lurkers are dying to irradiates and siege tanks. If you're struggling mightily against lurkers, get some siege tanks. Get some irradiates out. You're going to have a better time against those lurkers. Those lurkin' buddies. Adrenal gland coming in. Upgrades are 2 carapace. For the Hydras once again. The Lings are sitting at 2 carapace and no attack upgrades. All right, so this is, yeah, this is very much Game 2. Scourge, no, does not pull the Scourge back intelligently, and this is, okay, this is a very strong push right now. 128 to 85 supply. This is a big discrepancy, bigger than we've seen in this game so far. And the reinforcements are allowed to come up because there's nothing stopping them from doing so. So the things that Soulkey did very well in Game 2 are not happening here in Game number 3. He's not getting the 4th base up. He's not preventing reinforcements from joining this front. The Hydras are just getting obliterated by the siege tanks. They don't even have any attack upgrades. These are 0-0 siege tanks, friends. I mean, look, 70 damage is 70 damage. Lurker down. No. Lurker's very injured, though. Oh, not burrowing that Lurker in until... Oh, now he gets it up. And it's going to die, but it gets 3 kills. Not bad, not bad. And from the south side, Hydra's trying to join. No, Soulkey taps out. And Light wins game 3 to stay alive in this best of 5. Oh, 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 staying alive, staying alive. Nice. So that was excellent. Again, what we talked about. Reinforcements allowed to join. No fourth base down here from Soulkey. He doesn't have the army to deal with this. The siege tanks aren't dying, which is a problem. If you can start whittling down the tank count like Protoss needs to, you're going to have a better time with these Hydras, right? But no, not enough. Bunch of Marines. Enough Marines available here with 2-2 upgrades to be very scary against things like mutalisks. Going to trade pretty well against the Hydras too. And then these tanks on siege come up. We got a big group of units coming here to join next, and GG indeed. So Light gets a win here today, looking strong with it. 16.5 minutes on game number 3. 86,000 is 69,000 points from Soulkey. Best kill death ratio of the day. 138 Zerg units killed to 95 killed for Terran. Buildings raised, favoring Soulkey for sure. A lot of those are missile turrets, so yeah, it doesn't matter as much, not as much. And then this is, I mean, that's huge. You outspent the Terran by exactly 1,000 resources, maybe less than that. Yeah, less than that. So that's going to be hard to win. But yeah, there was no Ling run by. The meter harass didn't do as well as it could. The fourth base didn't happen, blocking reinforcements. It was just a sequence of things. Snowball rolling down a hill, gathering speed and gathering mass, and the Terran won. So let's go to game number 4. See what we get next. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We shall return. All right, we're back on fighting spirit between these two. Bottom left for game 4, it's going to be Soulkey. Bottom right, it's going to be Light. Hey, that rhymed. Nice. Terry the Overlord scouting out as per usual. But seriously, guys, check out RJB, okay? He constantly supplies me with excellent replays. Without him, I would not have these excellent replays, and I'd be you know, just kind of going through stuff I can find on Team Liquid's forums, BW replays. But man, every single replay that RJB finds me is excellent. Ah, so very, very good. All right, what else can we talk about here today? Well, StarCraft. I mean, what's Light gonna want to do to win this game? I suppose just it's play tighter, right? Try to get your drops off. Keep your tanks alive. Maybe hope Soulkey makes a couple mistakes. Artosis has famously said, Brood War is not about who's the best player, but who makes the fewest mistakes. Which, fair enough, I guess. It's just so hard, right? It's such a hard game. In other news, the Steam Deck, which maybe you don't know about, but it's basically a Nintendo Switch for Steam games, which is kind of a super cool concept, but it's delayed for 2 months. So they're looking on maybe starting to ship it around February 2022. So if you're waiting for that, I'm sorry to tell you, maybe that's not happening. Overpooling here this time around is the Soulkey. This SCV is not moving. There we go. Just took a break while also constructing a command center. Don't you do that all the time in your life? Jeez. Why are you judging? Yeah, I don't know. I'm iffy on the Steam Deck. I kind of like the concept of portable PC gaming. That sounds awesome, but is it going to work? Valve's foray into hardware is not, you know, their forays have not gone well. I will not say. Like I forget what it's even, I have one and I forget what it's called. It's that little thing that connects to your TV and lets you play PC games on your television. Which is admittedly nice. I haven't used it in a good while. There's too much lag is the problem. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't believe in it. And if it works out, great. Great for Valve. Make Half-Life 2 Episode 3, you cowards. Honestly, that's the thing. The memes are all wrong. We're not waiting for Half-Life 3. We're waiting for Half-Life 2 Episode 3. They decided to split Half-Life 2 into episodes, and that's fine. That's on them. But when you make an Episode 1 and an Episode 2, and it ends on a cliffhanger, and then you never make a 3, you owe the fans something. That's what kills me. If they had just made Episode 2, and it's like, all right, we defeated a minor evil. We still have things to do. This is a natural stopping point. 2 thumbs up. Fine. if you never finish from there, it's disappointing, but whatever. But man, literal cliffhanger. I mean, it's not on a cliff, but it is a literary device of a cliffhanger, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Come on, Valve. It's never happening, though. I mean, at this point, it's just never happening. Is Half-Life Alyx the closest thing we're going to get? It's a prequel, though. Story-wise, it's not happening. Does anybody play Half-Life for the story? Maybe. And you know what's crazy, too? Man, what's also crazy is as Vulture comes in, do we have a sunken? Oh gosh, that timing's sick. We got a sunken. What kills me is I'm turning into the old man who likes Half-Life. Because, look, Half-Life 2 Episode 2 came out in 2003? Oh, now I gotta look it up. Half-Life 2 Episode 2. The Google machine says it came out in, 2007. Okay, it's not that long ago. I forgot the wait for Half-Life 2 was that long. But you get what I'm saying. Like, it's at the point where there are kids who were born after Half-Life 2 Episode 2 came out, and they are 14 now. So it's like, this is the same slow Vulture shenanigan deal here, but you know what? There's no lings to assist with the block off. And you can just kind of sit back here and prevent all mining. There we go. There we go. It's exactly what we were looking for in game 1. Was the Vultures preventing all mining from the natural base for some time. Instead, they poked in, got some stuff, and died. So this is better. So, I mean, they're going to kill this extractor eventually. It's going to be approximately forever, though. Soulkey is waiting for his mutas to come out to deal with these stupid vultures. Yeah, the body block is real. The vultures are trying to come up the ramp. They all die. The lack of mining time here is massive. Really big. And we got turrets up to deal with the mutas. And another Valkyrie. So today is Valkyrie Day. Now, this is not a, like, professional for money best of 5. This is just going to be... I mean, this is more of a kind of practicing builds kind of a thing between these two dudes, obviously. It's been the exact same thing from Soulkey every game so far. It's been the Valkyries from Light in most of the games so far. But, definitely good to see these guys giving it their all in this situation, though, right? Third base, squishing up here at the 9 o'clock position. I just thought hatcheries were gross, but the remastered skin of them is just like, bleh. Bleh. It's disgusting. This is what it is. We've got 2 Valkyries up, ready to go. They are prepared, as they always say. SCV's here to repair, but like, I mean, I guess there's some lings out here. A whole bunch, actually. So, alright, fair enough. You're preparing for that. Muta's trying to harass. I got an SCV that was building barracks. It's pretty hot. Ooh, Scourge connect on one of the Valks, but there's still 2 remaining. And, oh no! Did the SCVs leave the bunker and then the lings run in? Ah! The worst possible result! Okay, bunker dead. By that I mean bunker repaired, but also dead. Lings holding. Just kidding. All the Marines are now dead. Go back to work, SCVs. That's your best bet. Dude, this Vulture dying to Ling sucks. Okay, that totally sucks. Another Marine down. An SCV down. Evacuate the natural base. Just kidding. Bring the SCVs and come fight. You can do it. The Ling slipped through our fingers, though. The surrounds are better. Another Vulture here to defend as well. Light's in a lot of trouble. Light is in a bunch of trouble right now. Third base is up. I mean, nothing is mining here at all. Oh, another group of Lings is here. The Scourge are like, do we even bother attacking these Valkyries? They're not a threat to us right now because we are Zerglings. Oh, man. SCV count, once again, maybe just too high. Once again, maybe Light just kind of over SCVing in a situation where you needed more military forces to defend against this stuff. Maybe getting tanks out on this high ground would have been fantastic. That would have helped immensely here, and Light is just backed into a corner. What's his path? What is his path forward, ladies and gentlemen? It's restoring the natural order to this natural base. Yes, definitely that. Satisfying sound. Command Center's landing. Always has been. Oh, mutas are here. Valkyrie, defend. Okay. Oh, Valkyrie died. Oh, no. The anti-air is sufficient. It's 2 Marines. Probably not. Trying desperately to throw up some turrets here, but the muta stack is good. There's only 5 of them, and they're all severely injured. But guess what? The anti-air is insufficient. Is it? Okay, well, I mean, okay, step 1 complete. We are back. The natural base exists. A turret is up. He wanted 2, but 1 is fine. Range upgrade for Marines is here as well. 26 to 28 workers. That is so many dead. So many dead SCVs in that battle. He was like at 50. Get the eggs. Oh, were you okay? Or just sit on top of the eggs and then they come out. No! Scan! Scan! Target fire! Not enough to target fire. Too much Ling support. And oh my gosh. And GG, light taps out. And Soulkey ends up winning the best of 5, 3-1. I do have another game between these 2 players for you, though. I admit I was a bit sneaky with this, and it's not truly a best of 5, but I felt like that was the best way to present this to you because, well, people like best of series, right? But in the end, there is one more match to show you here after this one. But yeah, I mean, Light's just, once again, it feels a little premature. But I mean, 3 Marines back home to defend, 6 total Marines versus a lurker versus 9 Zerglings and 4 mutas. No bunker to fall back to. And the third base is rolling, and your worker count is in the toilet at 28 SCVs. You've taken big hits, yeah. Fair enough. So Soulkey, man. Kicking butt, taking names today. Chewing bubblegum. Something ran out of bubblegum. Right? Right. Oof. Okay, so 20,000 to 26,000 points there. Yeah, Soulkey wins that one pretty handily. Kill death ratio way too close once again. And resources here just even Steven despite the SCV advantage that Light had in that game. That's how it works. All right, man. One more game, one more bonus. Soulkey versus Light game for you coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll watch that one too. Game number 5 of this, not exactly a best of 5, is on Neo Sylphid, which, thank goodness, I was getting kind of tired of those 2 maps. Bottom left, it is Soulkey. Bottom right, it is Light. Hey, that rhymes again. All right, man. Neo Sylphid, ladder map. A lot of games even played on this map. Don't need to describe it to you, I don't think. Terry the Overlord scouting out. And all right, man, Light, you need to save your reputation here. Soulkey is kind of bopping you right now. It's kind of bopping you. Anyway, scouting the right direction is Terry the Overlord. What else is happening in the world? Oh, so I went back to the gym last week for the first time in like 3 years. It's been a while. I mean, I haven't been super open about this on the channel, but I've been fairly open. But my ex and I, we decided to divorce about 3 years ago now, and that just killed all of my motivation to do much of anything. Definitely got depressed. Didn't run for a whole bunch, and then the COVID came around, and the divorce finalized, and I was just like, all right, this is where I live now. I don't exercise. I'm going to eat poorly. I'm going to live at this computer. Plus, I started working from home when the COVID started in March 2020, so it was not the healthiest of mental states I have ever been in my whole life. I mean, obviously, look, I'm fine. You know this. Like, the cast kept coming. I'm fine. I was just not the super happiest person ever. It's okay is what it is. So anyway, last week I was like, all right, I'm getting too fat. I need to start exercising again. And so I did. I went back to the gym, which had been remodeled and had all this new cool stuff in it from the last time I went, which was kind of nice. And I just went and just ran on the treadmill for 20 minutes at a fairly low speed because I'm fat. And like my legs totally hurt. after that first time and totally hurt after the second time and totally hurt after the third time. Those 3 days in a row. But you know what? It helps me feel better. It's crazy. It is legitimately crazy how much running for 20 minutes, just 20 minutes, I'm not running a marathon or anything, helps my attitude and helps my energy levels throughout the day. It's dumb. And I think maybe it's because we're hunter-gatherers at heart. We've been programmed to be humans during the hunter-gatherer period, and running is the difference between living and dying in that kind of a society, right? So maybe running, your body rewards you for doing it. You just get some dopamine. And look, while you're running, it sucks. It totally sucks. I get it. I'm not telling you, running is the best thing in the world. Nope, it's bad. But you know what? Doing it is not as bad if I can distract my brain from the fact that I'm running. That's what Netflix is for. That's what other streaming apps are for. Disney Plus app, for example. If I can distract my brain from the fact that I'm running, then my brain's like, all right, it's cool. I can do this. I can do this on autopilot. I'm going to ignore the pain and ignore the exhaustion. And we're just going to focus on this show, and then that's it. And then we go home, and then you feel good. So I can recommend it. If you don't exercise, exercise. I'm not saying go train for a marathon. I'm not saying do a triathlon. I'm not saying do anything crazy. Again, I'm running for 20 minutes on a treadmill at like speed 4. Which, I don't even know what that translates to. Like, 2 miles an hour? Like, it's not even a lot, right? If you have to start on 1, do that. If you have to walk, do that. There's a really great program, actually, online, if you search for it. It's called Couch to 5K. It's for people who legitimately cannot, like, do not run at all because of injury or because of, you know, their weight or things like that. And you just walk. You start out walking on a treadmill, and it gets you, over the course of months, it's a very slow increase to the point where you can run a 5K. So anyway, check it out. I think you'll feel better about yourself if you do. If you can't exercise because you're disabled or because whatever, like, I'm not telling you you're a bad person. It's just, I'm recommending it for people who can. Ling's out in front here. Marine production happening. I mean, nothing too crazy in this match. Third base coming up from Soulkey. Going for that Spire, as he likes to do, as all Zergs like to do against Terran. Man, so I've been watching Clone Wars Season 6 on the Disney Plus app. Because Clone Wars is kind of my go-to for running because it's pretty action-packed in my brain. If there's a lot of shiny lights flashing, then it's easier to keep my brain occupied that I'm not actually physically running. But, man, the first 3 episodes of Season 6 are like, a clone has discovered Order 66. And he's going to try to warn the Jedi about it. And you're like, okay, look. First of all, we know Order 66 works because we all saw Revenge of the Sith back in 2008. Like, I don't... Why? Why are we doing this storyline? And then, surprise, after 3 episodes, yep, nobody believes the clone. He ends up dying, and Order 66 is kept secret. Duh. Obviously. So I'm just really annoyed by that. But now that that's over, I hope we get back to some more lightsaber battles and droid fights and stuff that is a little more action-packed. More into that stuff. Maybe some Ahsoka stuff. Alright. Mutas doing their thing against this little push-out. Again, if you can't... There are 2 schools of thought here on this. You shouldn't move out at this stage of the game because the mutas will just whittle you down to death in the hands of a good Zerg player like Soulkey is. The other thought is, if you can move out and kill this third base, you pretty much win the game. So it's a risk-reward style of a thing here, you know? Look at these SCVs not working. And see what I'm telling you here? Even the best players among us, they have SCVs that do not immediately get to work upon construction. In fact, there you go. This guy's moving. He's moving. He's building. Is that another turret? Yeah, man. That's another turret. I guess the count is 9 with, man, more on the way. Okay, so we're definitely mutalisking it here. Once again, kind of the Soma opening strategy of Lings and mutas all day long. So Muta harass, fine. Killing a couple Marines here and there. The SCV count is still healthy at 31 to 24. Muta's trying to find the angle, but losing, okay. All right, losing a few of them here and there. Taking the missile turret shots in exchange for a couple of SCVs. The trades are good. Hydralisk Gen at the third base, and this is, I mean, Soulkey is not mixing this up. We're not seeing any Ultras today, right? We're not seeing any Guardians, which would be stupid. We're not seeing Ling Ultra. We're not seeing necessarily Plagues, although it did get researched that one time, which is nice. Two starports? Oh, that's interesting. Is it battle cruisers? Maybe. Usually you don't see two ports unless it's like two-port Wraith opening, which is really good against Zerg actually, or like two-port, I guess two-port Valkyrie maybe, but I think he's just been using one starport so far. This is so much strat though. Lings, Mutas, making them look invincible here. Just keeping that missile turret count down as low as you can. Man, this is never good. You're pinned. Look at this Overlord hangout spot up here. Kind of nice, right? Kind of nice. Muta's okay. They're killing stuff. It's good. But they're not doing the amounts of damage that Soma does when he uses this strategy, and it looks insanely unstoppable, right? He's got the +1 attack, which is amazing, and oh, Ling's jumping in. That bunker going down would be massive, and it does! No upgrades on those Lings, except for speed, and they take down the bunker very quickly. Mutas. They're taking down turrets, but every time they come back, there's more turrets to kill. That's what it feels like anyway, except for the fact that this turret is not dying. It is dying, and they bought time for Marines to show up, I guess. But we're producing, okay, it's just going Science Vessel. Makes sense to kind of rush for Science Vessel and Irradiate when the Muta count is this high, but suddenly turrets are dying real fast. Oh my gosh, denying. Okay, Ling trying to do stuff in the natural. Doesn't happen. Ah! They deny Irradiate. They killed the science facility. Oh no. The Academy dying would suck too. No more medics? Okay, this is turning into a problem for Light. It is a problem of mass proportions right now. His command center has to leave. He's building turrets, trying to hold it up here, but I mean, Light hasn't left his main today at 10 minutes. That is not ideal. That is not an ideal strategy against a Zerg, is not leaving your main base for 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. The Mutas are just straight up fighting here, which seems like a terrible idea, but you know what? There are just so gosh darn many of them, and there's no splash damage. It's kind of working out. Light is supply blocked. He's down 89 to 49 supply. The command center has to get out of there. It's literally on fire. It's just making more Lings, making more Mutalisks. Sniping that science facility was the biggest thing he'd ever did today. Soulkey, man. Rop. And command center down. Okay, all right. It's all over, but the fat lady's singing. I mean, look, I know Light hasn't tapped out yet, and he's been tapping out a little bit early today. But this game, nah, man. He is... Okay, Ling Lurker, bunker down, science vessels, Irradiate is not done. GG, bam, and Soulkey wins this match too. Holy cannoli. What an absolutely insane match there. That was Soulkey just kind of, again, bopping. Just kind of bopping light. Kept him on 2 bases. He couldn't fly out. I couldn't leave the base, let alone fly anywhere. Crikey. 51,000 points there to 41,000. Yeah, that makes sense. Kill death ratio is, again, bad for the Terran. 143 units produced. Slings and mutas and like 2 lurkers, I guess. 29 to 0 buildings raised is insane. And resources here outspent by about 4,300. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. All right. That was, man, Soulkey. Like God, I'll win, which is nice. But at the end of the day, it's just Soulkey, Soulkey, Soulkey. Very strong. All right. Soulkey, man, too good. Too good today. Making Light look a little bit helpless, which is very surprising. But maybe Soulkey is just back up to full strength here. Again, thanks to RJB for sending in the replays. Do appreciate that. And that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and kind of best of 5. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.